Just wanna live. So, I was thinking, um, maybe we could just talk for a few minutes. For a few minutes, so that way, um, I don't know, I feel like there's a conversation that just needs to take place, and maybe if enough conversations take place, um, the world will cease to function the way it does. Maybe if we have um, enough healthy conversation. And healthy conversation doesn't necessarily require agreement. It doesn't. It just requires um, patience and open mindedness. So, what do you guys want to talk about? What's on your mind? Maybe if we begin that way, people will become more comfortable with speaking their truths, with allowing their truths to be witnessed, allowing their growth to be witnessed by other people. Um, Thank you, Drew. I know I'm seeing, and I haven't really seen much. I'm just like letting the past go. How does one let the past go though? What's a way for us to do that? I think in order for us to let go of something, we have to first take that moment to acknowledge what it is we're holding on to, right? So how have we done in regards to acknowledging whatever it is we're holding on to? Have we acknowledged what we're holding on to? I think honestly, many of us don't even really know what it is we're holding on to, what feelings, what thoughts. Um, I don't think we know. Um, how do you let go of a past that you refuse to acknowledge, that you refuse to accept actually happened? Um, what do you mean, the country or us personally? So, you see, I was able to let go of some things by forgiveness. I have a very specific belief regarding forgiveness. I believe, and people might not agree with me until they stop to actually hear what I'm saying. I don't believe in forgiveness. Crazy, right? Like, how could you consider yourself evolved if you don't believe in forgiveness? Well, because I don't believe someone has the power to actually do things to me that on some level my soul didn't ask them to do to help me learn something. So if they're helping me to learn something, regardless of their intent, um, then they're Team Emmy. And I recognize that when I learn lessons in a hard way, it's because I refused. I personally chose to refuse to learn it in an easy way. And so harder circumstances are brought to my doorstep to teach me lessons. And if that's the case, if someone is just doing what they promised on a soul level to help me learn a lesson on a soul level, do they need to be forgiven? And when I began this thought process, I then began to realize, holy shit, forgiveness is yet another veiled finger in that hand of control, that hand of domination, separation, all of that. Now, just because I don't forgive someone doesn't mean I don't move past it. You don't need my forgiveness as much as I don't need your apology. If you are participating in that forgiveness paradigm, uh, what tends to happen is until someone apologizes in the way that you want or expect, you are forever trapped in that circumstance. What happens if someone did you wrong and they didn't apologize? You still think about that. How dare they not forgive me? How dare they not apologize? They did so much wrong to me. Whereas my approach, which is, it's just different. It's not necessarily better. It's just different. My approach is, you did this to me. It helped me to learn this. All right. Thanks for helping me with that lesson. You go on with your life. I go on with mine. That's it. I don't hate you. I don't resent you. You had a part in my learning, and that learning is done. So I'm going to go On with my life. I'm not going to wish harm on you. I'm not going to wish failure. I'm not going to wish struggle. None of that. You just go on with your journey. And that's kind of how I've helped myself to get over, because I used to hold grudges really, really, really badly, really badly. And it used to really hurt me. Like, how can they not see how much they hurt me? How can they keep existing as though they didn't do anything wrong without apologizing or acknowledging? And then I realized I'm imprisoning myself as I continue to participate in that whole, and sorry, my thoughts are really racing today. The thing is this: when people tell you, don't wait for the apology, just learn to rise above, be the bigger person and just forgive them. Okay, so in order for you to forgive someone, and hopefully this will cause you to kind of sit with yourself and think of where your personal beliefs are. But if you have to forgive someone, in order to do that, you then have to first label yourself as the victim. You have been victimized by someone who is your aggressor in whatever way, socially, emotionally, financially, whatever it is. One person has to be the victim and the other person has to be the aggressor in order for that forgiveness paradigm to exist, in order for it to function. So, in order for you to forgive someone for wronging you without their apology, forgive them, you then have to admit to yourself on some level, energetically, mentally, emotionally, that you are the victim. Motherfucker, I ain't no victim. You might have done some fucked up shit to me, but you're not victimizing me. I'm going to transmute that. Whatever ill intention you had towards me, whatever ill behaviors, whatever it is that you tried to do to me, you just helped me learn my lesson. I'm sorry. No, I'm not a victim. You don't need to apologize because there's no victim here. I'm going to let you go your own path. I'm not going to wish harm, because you know what? You were a tool for my soul to help me learn this lesson. That's all you were. Not going to take it personally. And this is a wonderful concept. Do I always adhere to this? Sometimes I'll have my moments where I get pissed off. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? How dare you try and do that to me? And then I remind myself, hey, you're supposed to learn something right now. What is it you're supposed to learn? Yeah, they're doing fucked up shit, but don't focus on that right now. Focus on what's the lesson. Okay. And that's when I stopped participating in that forgiveness paradigm. Do we need forgiveness in this world? I don't believe so. I believe we need to stop waiting for an apology that will never come from people who never believed they were doing anything wrong. Because generation after generation after generation, it's been this logic of we're just doing our job. We're just doing what always has been. And when people don't believe they're doing wrong, how do they move forward? They don't. So I'm not going to stay there with you. I'm not going to sit there and stay there with you and wait for you to get on the same page as me. You don't have to be on the same page as me. We're reading different books. It's fine. It's fine. But here's my bus. I'm going. Here's my spiritual Uber. I'm out. You go ahead and you keep doing that there. I'm out. You know, I have other places within my mind and my co-created reality to explore. And it's not that I don't care. It's that I respect you enough to honor your sovereignty. There's a huge difference. There's a huge, huge difference. And it's not that I don't give a fuck and I don't care. And no, I give many fucks, but I'm very selective what I give a fuck about. When you hear me say I don't give a fuck about the petty shit. I'm not participating in that with you. I don't give a fuck about you wanting me to remain constrained within limitations that you believe I need to stay within. I don't give a fuck about that. But don't get me wrong. Just because I don't give a fuck about something doesn't mean I don't give a fuck, period. Huge difference. Because people are like, you're such a hypocrite. You're not even making sense. You totally, you said you don't give a fuck, but now you give a fuck. Oh, no. If you really want to understand, because my mind works in such a simple way that it seems complex, because it doesn't go by the the pathways that humanity says you need to think through. No, I don't do pathways. I got my boots on. I go through the bushes, the grass, whatever. I climb trees. I got the right footwear on. I don't need to stay on the paved path. That's boring. That's stuff people are ready to. I don't need to follow after someone. I'm here to explore my life. I'm here to explore my thoughts. I'm here to explore my experiences. I'm here to be human. And that's what people don't understand. It's okay for you to not have the same thought process. Simply complicated. That's right. Right. I got fucks to give, but none to you. See what I'm saying? It's you have to allow yourself the space to shift within your thoughts. You don't have to be like, this is what I believe because this is the right thing. This is what I believe, and I'm not going to sway from it. I question my stance all the time. Girl, is that really what you believe? Why do you believe that? What is it that you believe? I don't know. I'm kind of just going with the flow today. So it's time for us to stop doing what is the predicted, what is the expected. And this goes along with what's happening in society. It really does. It really does. Um, and kind of just a thought, because I am still in a state of righteous rage. Sorry, there was a bug. Righteous rage. Um, I saw something about individuals encouraging others to vandalize, to loot. Um, I don't think those people are angry. I don't think there's any emotion in it aside from greed. What does that do? What does that behavior do? Are you fucking stupid? And I don't care who I piss off by that question. Are you fucking stupid? You want to vandalize publicly maintained buildings, structures, equipment? Who the fuck pays for that? You do, you fucking dumbass. You do. Oh, but that's right. Um, the people who tend to loot are the people who tend to be parts of programs where you're given free money. I was part of that program too. And I didn't consider it free money. I considered a repayment for the taxes that I paid in. So yeah, I've received food stamps at some point. I've received public aid at some point. So this is not me being snooty. Like, y'all need to wake the fuck up. Loot because you deserve an ass whooping. Put you over my leg, spank you in the ass with my chancla, because that's what you fucking deserve right now. I don't know, maybe you wasn't raised right. I don't know. That's me being petty and judgmental and shit, because I cannot wrap my mind around what the fuck is going on with society right now. I just can't. I can't. Loot. Let's go ahead and vandalize. Like, yeah. Who pays for that in the end? I mean, for the stores, if you're looting stores, you're fucking over a mom and pop shop. That's who you're fucking over. You're fucking over one of us. That's who you're fucking over. When you do that to a public servant's vehicle, it doesn't matter if they're a dick or not. You know what I mean? They're employed by your taxes. You traumatize them, you injure them, they're on medical leave. Guess who pays for that? You do. Is there a need for us to just keep taking this? No. But there's a different solution. I don't know what it is. I just know it's not what I'm seeing right now. I definitely know it's not what I'm seeing right now. It does kind of remind me of the LA riots from Rodney King. I can't say I disagree with the rage that people are feeling, because I feel that rage too. I felt that rage with Rodney King. And there's this huge part of me that's like, fuck yeah, tear this whole thing down. But what is that? We're tearing down ourselves. Ourselves. That's what we're tearing down. We're tearing down the very things that people just like us have spent their entire lives scraping and saving to create. That's what we're tearing down. Yeah, I think rage is fine, but it has to be tempered. It has to be filtered through some sort of I don't know, spiritual logic or something, because human logic is just not is not working. I think it's like misguided anger, you know. I think for some it is kind of like a misguided anger. I think for others, a lot of this behavior is just, you know, societal deviant, and you're given an excuse to show that aspect of yourself. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, it's not being enraged if you're doing something somebody else told you to. Yeah, if someone's encouraging you to do those things, yeah. I find it equally as disrespectful and disgusting when people choose to use seriously tragic things um, to create material gain for themselves. That's, yeah, that's, yeah. I have no respect for that. That's as bad as, uh, I don't know, maybe that I'm being a little bit dramatic, but to me, it's just as bad as the event that caused the aftermath. It's just a lot of ugly shit in the world, a lot of ugly shit, and I am so glad. I am so glad that Michael told me to move my family to a farm. And you know, there's this part of me that feels bad because it's like, damn, is it like I'm turning my back on everyone? No, it's not that I'm turning my back on everyone. I have to be insulated. I understand my needs. I have to be insulated from this, or else I won't function. And if I don't function, then I won't do the sole purpose that I'm here to do. So in many ways, I get it, but in many ways, it's like, I don't know. I know that even if I was still in a city, um, still wouldn't matter. I would just be so aggravated that I wouldn't think clearly. So maybe it's a good thing that I'm so far removed from it. And even with that, I still feel excessive amounts of rage. Excessive amounts of rage. Right. Everyone has a battle to fight, but not every battle is yours. And that's something I'm learning still. Still learning. Uh ooh. Why is there no chance for it now to leave a city and go? Well, I kind of get it. It is hard times for empaths. Very, very hard times for empaths. Um, it's just it's just a bad time, period. It's a bad time for humanity. Very bad time for humanity. I mean, is it even, are we even having a human experience right now? Is this still considered humanity? Because that's kind of what I ask myself. That's kind of what I ask myself so much. Are we still considered humane? Humans with an E at the end, you know, human, and then the E at the end, maybe as a signifier that we're in a process of evolving. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we're just human. We lost that E for evolving, and we lost our humane ways. I don't know. I don't know. It's an ugly time. It's an ugly time. Can we list our gratitudes? Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so, and that's a beautiful reminder, Barbara. Thank you for that. We can't just keep focusing on the negative. Personally, I still need time to process that negative before I can move on to listing my gratitudes. I have a lot of things to be thankful for. But right now, I have to have enough self love and compassion for self to allow myself to process and feel the rage and be angry and really just fixate on like the question of what the fuck is wrong with people. And as soon as I get through that, probably take me a few days. If we're going to be honest, it'll probably take me a few days. If I'm going to be fair with myself, yeah, probably even a week. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, we shouldn't be violent and this and that and pretend like there's not some part of me that sees riots aimed at oppressors. And I'm like, fuck yeah. There is a part of me that's like that. And then I'm just like, don't be like that. Don't be like that. It wasn't their me. It wasn't their me. And I think that's what we have to remember. Um, it was individuals, specific individuals that did what was done. It wasn't an entire department or an entire industry. It was specific individuals. And I think maybe if we just remind ourselves, those individuals were already fired. There's probably other consequences going towards those individuals, whatever those consequences are, legal, I don't know, vigilante, I don't know. I honestly, I don't even really want to know. Um, but I'm sick and tired of seeing people dying. Not just specific colors, not just specific regions. I'm just sick and tired of people dying at the hands of those with control issues, those who have seriously abused the power that we have gifted them. I'm sick of that. And not just within this nation, I'm talking about worldwide, worldwide, worldwide. We sit here as a nation talking so much shit about China, you know, how they're fucking like savages with their people. What's so different now? We're on lockdown just like China. We wear masks just like China. We have brutality just like China. What makes us so better? People talk about how China keeps secrets. Our government keeps secrets from us. They have been for a very long time. What's so different? Before we get on that high horse, isn't it a good idea for us to begin really taking stock of what we've been allowing those we have elected, those we have hand selected allegedly, to guide us and protect us and provide for? Shouldn't we be focusing on that first? I'm not saying, you know, China's innocent. They got their own fucking problems right now. But shouldn't we be kind of looking at what's going on at home first? First within your household, and then within your city, and then within your county, your state, your nation. We're so focused on someone else because we don't want to deal with what's going on right here. Yeah. World sucks. The world sucks. World sucks. Who is to say what I, an individual, can or cannot handle about the truth of things? Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. The government totally strikes me as like that narcissistic parent that likes to pit the children against each other. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they like to beat up one of the kids to show the other kids, like, I'm protecting you from this. You know? I know a parent like that. I know a parent like that. And maybe that's what triggers me so much, is that this is such a reflection of internal things that, you know, thoughts and feelings that I've been trying to process for my whole life. You know, maybe that's it. Maybe that's why it's such a trigger for me. But yep, foundational structures built on lies and deception. I love to point out that quite possibly the greatest leader of this nation and the entire history of the existence of this nation was George Washington, because he didn't want to be a leader. Someone was telling me that, oh no, I can't share that because I don't remember exactly what was told. And I suck at geopolitics, so I don't want to like mash it up. But yeah, I question the people who feel like they should be leaders. Why is that? You got a control issue? You like telling people what to do? You like being able to decide who gets and who doesn't? Is that what it is? I never want to be a leader. Ever. Ever. I remember when I was still part of spiritual communities on Facebook, they were trying to force me. The fuck are you talking about? I'm not one of your leaders. I'm one of you. I'm standing right there beside you. They're like, oh my God, Emmie, you're one of our leaders. You're one of our leaders. How could you call someone out? Because the bitch tried to scam me. I didn't even call her out. She went on the live, called herself out. And then I got messaged. I was a bad one. because I was talking in hypothetical terms, sharing what was being done, talking to someone, and then they went on the live. I didn't do that. Oh, are you saying it's you? Because we didn't say any names. But I got called the bad one because I'm apparently a leader. I don't think so. I don't think so. She's like, you have an elevated position in this community. No, bitch. Just because you volunteered me for that doesn't mean I'm going to agree to it. You want to put someone on a pedestal, you put your own ass on that pedestal. No, I'm a regular person and I deserve to have regular experiences. I don't think so. Ooh, I gotta go. I gotta go, you guys. I have a session coming. So thank you for talking with me. Thank you for, it's going to be a few days. I'm probably going to be pissed for a few days. But I'm making improvements. This is progress. Because usually when I get pissed off to this point, it takes me about a year or two to process. Now I'm down to a few days. Progress. All right, guys. I got to get going. Thank you for sharing space with me. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. I will try and go live again sometime in some day. Bye.